Good morning once again. So I was wanting to do a little bit of I guess not unbagging. There's no bag to unbag, but I was going to look at South Africa, um, vestige of colonialism. This was from S&T. What is that? I think number 62, I do believe, 1977, and it's a game that was designed by Irad Hardy. I've had this for a while and not played it, and nothing like that. And I was told by a friend of mine who's no longer with us. I was told by him that it was a decent game. That he said there was issues with the rules, but it was a decent game, and if you could figure those out, it was okay. Well, now I picked it up for pennies. It was been a few years back now, for almost nothing, and I haven't really looked at it. It's rated so low on BGG, but I've had other games rated low on BGG that I actually liked. So who knows? So I just was thinking about this, and so it's somewhat of a controversial game. Because it's, from my understanding, it's been banned in some quarters as communist propaganda. So, yeah, or it was back in the day. So it's a game that represents the majority taking over the Republic of South Africa's government. And fighting against them, which majority rule happened, but not too many years later. This is from 77, so what are we looking at, 17, 18 years later? Wow. So let's look at the game. S&T. This is S&T from the 70s. This is, give me a little background. What is this? What is this article called? This is a background article, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, that's the art. Okay, so gives you an article. That's why I still love S&T for that reason. They give you some good history about the whatever game. Some people just don't like them. I just always like them for those reasons. South Africa was definitely. The old Republic of South Africa was definitely a strange situation. They had the nuclear capabilities and so on. So it was a very, very their war posturing was always tip top, if you will, the old republics. So. Okay, it's Death of Colonialism, all right. So that's the subtitle of it. See if we can get the sequence of play here. South Africa is played in sequential turns called game turns. Well, obviously, the game turn. Each game turn is composed of 2 player turns. The player whose player turn is in progress is called the phasing player. Each game turn proceeds as follows. Okay, well, let's look at that a little bit here. Whoops. Game turn sequence outline: organization phase, ground unit movement phase, combat preparation phase, Republic of South Africa response phase, combat phase, air to base phase, ground unit movement phase, black response phase, combat phase, air to base phase. Okay. Strategic. What's that? A strategic turn. It's the Republic of South Africa manpower phase, the Republic of South Africa taxation phase. That's cool. Republic of South Africa's dislocation phase. Guerrilla phase. Resource augmentation phase. Supply maintenance phase. Mobilization / determination phase. And strategic turn indication phase. Wow. Yeah. Seems to be some interesting stuff here. Very interesting sequence of play turn. So taxation phase. That's really cool. I like. Carajo. Mierda. Yeah, nothing important. So yeah, that sequence of play phase is or the taxation part, and I always like how we look at economics within games. I always have a thought that I've always thought that some games do not do economics well at all. This is something of. This was from Strategy and Tactics. Oh no, South Africa's from Strategy and Tactics 63. This was from Moves 34. This printed this off of BGG some time ago, and this one is a scenario you can play with it called Embattled Rhodesia. I always wanted to try this as well for personal reasons. So let's look at the map here. I think we've looked enough at that book. Let's look at the map. Well, let me move these over here. Get them completely out the way. So the map, hey, check it out. Oh, wow, check that out. What we got here? All those SBI offers, look at that. Look at that, you can get you a lifetime subscription to S&T. It's always cool. Oh yeah, remember how, that's how we used to get S&Ts, didn't see them in stores, but somebody always had this pamphlet some kind of way. And you order your games and you got your envelope there. Yeah, that's throwback for sure. You got your envelope there. Yeah, it's cool. That's cool. All right, look at the map. South Africa. Redmond Simonson graphic design, if I'm not mistaken, as pretty much all the maps were. Oh wow. Okay, South Africa. I've got my mind on Mozambique. I got my mind on Rhodesia. All right, so Rhodesia, Zimbabwe, so Bulawayo over there. Botswana. South Africa. Gosh, still love how they put all these. Always loved how they were designed out and always had the tables on there. Right here, I'm upside down, where you could get to them easy. Loved that. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Yeah. CRT and whatnot, everything you need right there on the map. Some people think it looks clumsy, it looks cluttered, but I always thought it looked really good. The map, yeah, sure, it's okay. I'm assuming the colors were the terrain keys, so the yellows, desert, all right. Some wood. Some savanna, okay. And we'll look at the counters. I've seen the counters just here, but they don't. Nothing special. Nothing special about the counters. It's just, actually, they kind of hurt my eyes all that red. But, Yeah, that's par for course for some of those. They've done better. Yeah, SBI done better. These are not my favorite counters. But I still think it could be an interesting game. Like I said, I had a friend who swore by this game. He said it was it definitely called for some house ruling, but it was a good game. So that's what got me to buy it to start with. So all right, well, just thought I'd do that. There it is, South Africa. Probably found you a copy for not for not too much out there. I know when I got mine, it was very cheap. I was shocked, but all right, folks. Y'all be safe out there. Have a great day. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.